expectation. This is in contrast to a workflow. Workflow is something very deterministic. You feed in one structured data, it will come out a structured output based on how you design your workflow and how you coded your workflow. And in an end, there's some drag and drop visibility. Later, I will showcase with you. So for workflow, is the opposite way with AI agent. It is very deterministic. It doesn't have a random factor in between, but you need to have, as you scale out your operation, you have more and more transaction, you have more and more different scenario. Then you need to keep on improving your workflow to be able to cater more and more different circumstances. So to compare between AI agent and AI workflow, the main difference is for AI agent, the output tends to be very dynamic. You need to insert more prompt, you need to give more context to set guardrail, so you can set the output to be more precise, aligned to your expectation. In contrast, for AI workflow, you need to build it more and more different scenario and the context to let it to adapt more different cases. So this is my takeaway from using agent and using workflow in the finance and ops use case. So these are the pros and cons in terms of the flexibility, output consistency, learning curve, scalability, auditability. Just now I didn't touch. For AI, right? For example, if you look at right now my screen over here, this one is my conversation with AI to generate the output for today. Basically, it's just a conversation with a starlight. We tell you that, and the most important thing, everything you ask it to correct, they will say you are absolutely right. So nowadays, the challenges for us as a human, when we use AI, you need to go and do the study because AI always say you are right one most of the time. Okay, so from there, when you want to do some audit trail, right, and where goes wrong, all this kind of thing is quite difficult. It's quite difficult because from here, right, you only can see the output at the right side and the conversation details over here. Okay. In contrast, if let's say you go to workflow, okay, this is some of my workflow. The workflow over here is go by notes by note. Okay. So for example, if I want to see the past execution, for example, I have some error at the left over here. When I'm looking into my workflow, I want to understand what things has gone wrong. It will point me directly to the notes with error. Then I only need to go and solve this bug or solve this problem for the particular process. In a way that this way is preferred by most of the larger enterprise because all your process, all everything, a task that you have executed, there's a detailed execution log. So it's easier for maintain. You can directly look at it, see what's wrong, and you go in and troubleshoot.
I think if you had to show the overview also, right, under NAN also, it also shows the permissions and so on and so forth, right? Now we just exit from here. Overview, under the number of executions, failed executions, the failure rate, the credentials, the variables, who runs what within each team. I think that's the key thing that many of the audit functions, right, would like to keep track of.
Yeah. That's why we like NN. It is very flexible. Large corporation you can use and small SME you can use it also. All right. So ultimately, right, I think going long run, when you start embracing AI, first go for agent first, okay? Because it's easiest to use, but it's very costly. A to Z, AI will charge you. Then after you get agent to help you to do most of the tasks, we will shift most of the tasks to workflow to execute, because workflow, the cost is much more affordable than using the service of the AI. Ultimately, you will have it's a blend, it's a balance between workflow and AI agent. The manual one should be minimized already. So right now, as a whole average, I think at least 50% or 60% of our time is involving manual eyeballing, manual data entry, and manual data extraction using XLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, pivot table. The AI use case is mainly on cutting all the manual works. Okay, so this is what I mentioned just now. If you're using AI, treat it as a junior. Okay, when using AI, the challenges is you need to giving more and more different prompting. Okay, this one is a little bit technical, but I think it's good to share. This is some of the terms people using day to day. You start with the prompt engineering, how to refine your prompt better. Prompt engineering is basically how do you talk to AI better lah. Okay, prompt engineering. Then after that is the context engineering. At which stage you let the AI to know more things about your subject matter, context engineering. Then the most recent one is the harness engineering. What are the tools you connected with? How do you set another agent to double check the work before deliver back to the user? So in a way that using agent, you need to putting more and more materials for the AI so that the output can be more precise. Okay. Then for the workflow, like I said, it's a steeper learning curve. It's a steeper learning curve. Okay. It's rigid by nature. It's supposed to be rigid. That's why most of the reconciliation works, right? I will recommend to use workflow because workflow is a code base to run the thing. If you are using agent, based on my experience, the agent preparation is never 100%. It's never 100%. It can give you like 80-90%. Definitely, like for example, last time when we are preparing some attendance sheet, okay, doing some attendance sheet for our training, there are typo over there. The one is using agent 100%. So it depends on industry use case. Some industry you cannot afford to have the 10% error rate. It will kill you. So for that one, it makes better sense for you to use workflow, accompanied with all the code. Okay. We won't write the code. We ask AI to write the code and we reuse the code. When we reuse the code, everything will follow the code logic. And of course, it's slower to adapt. It requires some